Hello and welcome my dear students. I am Rohan sir from Mehdi English Medium School. I welcome my all junior kids of 2nd standard, all the little champs, once again in English lecture. My dear students, we are really doing very well, very good revision of exams and we are preparing for it, and I hope that you all are also enjoying it a lot, because in the previous lecture I gave you the test and I have got the few messages, few feedback from the students, but I want 100% response, as even if you don't know the answers, I am giving you the answers at the same time so that you can check your answers and you can revise it. So the previous lecture of English was of test, and I hope that many of you are keeping the notes of each and everything and are also sending the notes to the follow-up teachers, as now this is the only way of learning online studies. I hope that many of you now are familiar with all the online stuff, how to handle it. Yes, many don't watch the lectures in the TV screens, many watch it in the mobile screens. But honestly, for the first time when you see the video lecture, you have to appear for the test, so that you yourself will come to know how much you know and how much you have to learn yet. Make sure these lectures, if you see and if you write the answers and then if you send to the follow-up teachers, loss is yours and not ours. So make sure whenever I ask you to write the answers, try to remember the answers and write it, and then check it once I display the correct answer. This should be the basic format. Let's see what are we going to do today. Revision test of fill in the blanks, rhyming words, and name the following. From the worksheet, name the following I have selected. I have already solved the worksheet in the previous few lectures. I have solved question answers, I have solved objectives, and even the worksheet objectives I have solved. That is why I always insist you to watch all the lectures in the sequence, so that you don't miss out on anything. So even the fill in the blanks, name the following, everything extra I have given to you from the worksheet. So those who have watched the lectures will be able to answer and also will be able to remember the answer. Now that this is the test, I hope that you have the book ready with you. If you have the book ready with you, kindly give the heading revision test in the header part of the page. The upper part of the page is called the header part. Give the heading revision test. I have seen many tests, those who have sent me, they have written down anywhere in the line. You have to write in the header part of the page. Also don't forget to write date on the left or on the right side corner of the page, so that you can keep a note on which date you appeared the test for. So I hope that you written the revision test as a heading. Also, if you want, you can write the subject English. Now let's see what you are going to do first. Now after writing revision test, leave 2 lines or 1 line and then give the heading fill in the blanks, because first part of the test is fill in the blanks. Don't just write FB, write full form, fill in the blanks. Now while you are giving the heading, also listen to few instructions. Make sure you write all the answers and it should be in the sequence, because I have written both the chapters together, first lesson and second poem. So you have to be in a sequence. Then try to write all the answers as we have done all in the previous few lectures. Like I said, even from the worksheet and from the textbook, fair book, everything we have done at least 3 times. So try to write all the answers, don't skip any answers. Then check your answers properly and be loyal. Means you have to check your answers properly and you have to be loyal. You have to be honest. Don't write the answers after I display it. If you will do it, it is okay, but it is not our loss. So try to understand the this test, the kind of importance of this test. Now if you have given the heading, fill in the blanks. Let's see what the first question is. Let's get started. You just have to write the answers, don't write the question. First question is, in the land of Bumbleboo, people are red, dash and blue. Please write the answer. Just write A1, that is answer 1, and write the answer. Don't write this full sentence. I repeat the question. In the land of Bumbleboo, people are red, dash and blue. So what are the colors of people in the land of Bumbleboo? This is what the question is. Two colors are already mentioned, red and blue. What is one more color? When I explained you the poem, it was there. Also, we have recited the poem several times, so you should know this. In the land of Bumbleboo, people are red, dash and blue. Now if you have written the answer, let's see what the correct answer is. Correct answer is white. Red, white and blue. So if you have written this color white, put tick mark, put right mark, or if you have not written this, put cross mark. Be honest. I said in the beginning, be loyal. If you will put cross mark, that doesn't mean you are failing exam. That means you are honest and you are ready to learn. So next is second one. The train leaves at dash for the land of Bumbleboo. Write down the answer too. I'll repeat the question. The train leaves at dash for the land of Bumbleboo. So the poet says that there is a train for Bumbleboo. Remember, students? So he also mentioned, poet also mentioned the time. So if you remember, please write it down. The train leaves at dash for the land of Bumbleboo. I hope that you are writing the answers properly with answer numbers. So now, if you have written the answers, let's see what the correct answer is. Please check your answer. Answer is 1. Whether you have written numerically or whether you have written in the words. So the train leaves at 1 for the land of Bumbleboo. So I hope that 90 or 99% of you might have written the correct answers, because we have revised it a lot. Also we have read poem twice or thrice. So check your answers properly. The train leaves at 1 for the land of Bumbleboo. Okay. Now if you have written correct answer, you know what you have to do. You have to put tick mark. If you have written wrong answer, you have to put cross mark. Let's see what the next question is. Next question is, in the land of Bumbleboo, there were thousands of dash. Now what was there in the number of thousands in the land of Bumbleboo? Try to remember and write the answer number 3 quickly. I'll read the sentence meanwhile one more time. In the land of Bumbleboo, there were thousands of dash. Now this way, if you remember the poem, you will be able to answer any question, whether it is objective or subjective. That is the only reason, or that was the only reason why I revised the poem twice. So in the land of Bumbleboo, there were thousands of. Let's see what the correct answer is. Be ready to check your answer. Please don't copy the answer. If you have written incorrect answer, put the cross mark. Answer is cats. Now if you remember the photo of the textbook, the page of the textbook where many cats were shown, yes, wearing hats and trousers and other things. So there were thousands of cats. If you have written correct answer, put tick mark. At the end you can count the marks. So the tick mark means correct marks. You can count the marks at the end. So in the land of Bumbleboo there were thousands of cats, right? So I hope that many of you have written the correct answers. Let's see what the next question is. Number 4. In the land of Bumbleboo, you can never see the desk. Oh, this is what you have to think. Please write down the answers. In the land of Bumbleboo, you can never see the desk. What you can't see in the land of Bumbleboo? If you remember the poem, you should be able to remember this. You can see several things, you can't see several things in the land of Bumbleboo. Even the things which you can't see regularly in our normal land, you can see in the land of Bumbleboo. But what is that one thing you can't see in the land of Bumbleboo? I hope that you have written the answers, and I hope that at least 99% of you have written the answers, because we have revised it a lot of time. Correct answer is no. Check your answer. Also check your spellings. Even if spelling is incorrect, you should cut your half mark. Be honest, please. So the answer is no. It is a name of an animal, if you remember the meanings, right? So in the land of Bumbleboo, you can never see the no. If you have written this answer with this spelling, put tick mark. If you have written this answer with some other spelling, put half mark in the bracket over there, and put the circle on the spelling if you have written incorrect spelling. It is okay to be wrong sometimes. You will be able to learn something, right? Okay. So let's see what the next question is. So next sentence is, Ishu Bossy had heard wonderful stories about desk. I repeat the question. Ishu Bossy had heard wonderful stories about desk. So about whom Ishu Bossy heard wonderful stories? Please write down the answer number 5. And I hope that you are not writing the questions. You have to just write the answer of 1 or 2 words. Just give the answer number properly. This is answer number 5 if you write. So Ishu Bossy had heard wonderful stories about desk. When he went to city, he already heard the wonderful stories about desk. You should know this answer. This is very particular, very easy answer. And I hope that many of you have already written this now. So let's see what the correct answer is. If you have written the answer, please check it. Please check the spelling as well. Correct answer is Lord Sanjo. Master of the house, Lord Sanjo. So if you remember the story, you should be able to answer this. The correct answer is Lord Sanjo. Please look at the spelling. In your book, if you have written, make sure your first alphabet of L and S both should be capital. Here I have written all the thing capital to highlight the thing, to highlight the answer. Like see, if I have written here Ishu Bossy, I is capital, B is capital, right? Similarly in Lord Sanjo, L and S, both the initials should be capital compulsorily. Otherwise I can cut half mark in your final exams, because it is a proper noun, right? Okay, I hope that you have checked your answer. Moving on, 6th one. Ishu Bossy and Princess Sanjo were on their way to desk when the giant tried to carry away the princess. Read the question properly, try to understand it, and then write the answer. I know it is a kind of lengthier for you. I'll repeat the question for you students once more. So please listen to it carefully. Ishu Bossy and Princess Sanjo were on their way to desk when the giant tried to carry away the princess. Where were they going? In simple language. Please write down the answers. See, I have already explained you the question. So you should be able to write the answer, because this is the story we have revised thrice, that is 3 times. So where were Ishiboshi and the Princess Sanjo going? I hope that you have written the answers. The reason why am I displaying the answer is, I can even speak the answer, but the spelling also matters. That is why I am showing you the answer. Correct answer is temple. Many of you are making the mistake. I have seen the homework when you send it to us. Spelling of temple is wrong. You write T-E-M-P-E-L. No, it is T-E-M-P-L-E. So right now when you are checking your answer, check your spelling please. It should be T-E-M-P-L-E, otherwise you can cut your half mark. Be honest, be loyal. It is beneficial to you only. Moving on to the next one. A Japanese soldier in the olden times was called dash. Quickly write down the answer. There is nothing to be explained, because this is very easy statement. A Japanese soldier in the olden times was called dash. So let's see what the correct answer is. Samurai. Check the spellings properly. S-A-M-U-R-A-I. Japanese soldier was called samurai. S-A-M-U-R-A-I. Spelling is wrong. Cut half mark. Again I am telling you, be honest to yourself. Okay, next question is answer number 8. Please write it down as soon as you read the sentence. Ishiboshi kept dash the giant with his little sword. What did he do with his dash to the giant? Now I already gave you the hint. I hope now all of you are shouting the answers and writing the answers. Please write down the answers. Ishiboshi kept dash the giant with his little sword. Now what was he doing with his little sword? Let's see what the correct answer is. If you have written the answer, please check your answers. Here answer is poking. He was poking again and again with the little sword to the giant, right? Means he was beating again and again, pricking again and again. So this is the correct answer. I hope that you have checked your answer, whether it's right or wrong. Now coming on to the rhyming words, students, write the questions as well as the answers. You have to write the questions and the answer both, because in the rhyming word it is a pair, of words, right? Please give the heading rhyming words quickly. Rhyming words. I hope that you have given the heading rhyming words, R-H-Y-M-I-N-G. Okay, first word is boo, B-O-O, boo. So give the rhyming word for it. You have to write the question B-O-O, boo, and then write the answer, whatever you think the answer is. But it should be from the poem word only. I hope that you have written the question and the answer. It's too short. You just have to write B-O-O, boo, and the answer after the hyphen. Okay, let's see what the correct answer is. If you have written the answer, please check your answers. Correct answer is zoo. So boo, zoo. So if you have written this answer, put tick mark or else put cross mark. At the end you have to count the answers with the tick mark. Okay, next one is foxes. Please write down the question, F-O-X-E-S, foxes, and the answer. Question is F-O-X-E-S, foxes, and write down the answer please. Okay, I hope that you have written the answer. Let's see what the correct answer is. Boxes. Correct? The foxes were packed in the pink boxes, right? So you should remember the poem again, in case if you want to remember anything. Okay, so if you have written this answer, students, put tick mark or else you can put cross mark. Foxes, boxes. Okay, moving on to the next one. Cats, C-A-T-S. Quickly write down the question. C-A-T-S, cats. Also write the answers. Now let's see what the correct answer is. Hats. Cats were wearing hats. correct? So cats and hats. If you have written this answer, put tick mark, or else you know what to do. Now if you have checked this answer, let's see what the next question is. Blue. Write down the question, B-L-U-E, blue. So what is the rhyming word for this? Write it down quickly in your books, and then when I display you have to check it. Okay, let's see what the correct answer is. Correct answer is glue. Glue, which you stick the papers with, glue. G-L-U-E, glue, or gum. So here it should be glue as a rhyming word. If you have written this, put tick mark, or else put cross mark. Now students, quickly on the new page, I repeat, on the new page, give the heading, name the following. Give the heading, name the following. This was there in the worksheet. We have already discussed this, if you remember, and if you have seen each and every lectures of English. You have to only write the answers here. Answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, this way. I hope that you are given the heading, name the following, on the new page. Now let's see what the first question is. First question is, humming sound made by a fly. B dash 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 dash. It starts with B. So it is very easy. See, the hint is already given. Humming sound made by a fly. If you have read the meanings and you have learned the meanings, this is very easy. Write down the answer 1. I hope that many have already written. It starts with B. What is the humming sound of fly called? Now let's see what the correct answer is. If you have written the answer, please check it. If you have not, just don't copy it. Try to learn it. Correct answer is buzzing. B-U-Z-Z-I-N-G. Again, spellings matters a lot. So check your answers. Humming sound made by a fly. If you have written buzzing, B-U-Z-Z-I-N-G, answer is right. If your spelling is wrong but the answer is right, you can just cut the half mark and give half mark to you. That is 1/2. Okay, I hope that you have checked your answers. Moreover, I hope that your answers are right. Okay, next one, striking with a sharp object. Again, this answer starts with P. I have already given you the hint for this. This answer starts with P. Striking with a sharp object. What it is called? Let's see what the correct answer is. I hope you all have written first of all. If you know the answer, you should have written by now. So let's see what the correct answer is. Correct answer is poking. Now check your spellings. P-O-C-K-I-N-G, poking. P-O-C-K-I-N-G, poking is the right spelling. Okay, I hope that you have written the correct answer. Now moving on to the next one. A Japanese soldier in the olden times. Now what is that? What was he called? A soldier called in the olden times if he was Japanese? It starts with S. Again, the hint is already given, students. A Japanese soldier in the olden times. It starts with S. Think about it and write the answers quickly. What was the Japanese soldier called in the olden? We have already discussed in many ways. We have discussed in the meanings, in true or false. In many ways, if you have watched all the lectures, we have discussed this several times. So those who are watching regular lectures, they might have written the answers by now. Let's see what the correct answer is. Samurai. Now, if you have written the correct answers, you can put tick mark, but only after checking the spelling. S-A-M-U-R-A-I, samurai. This way I gave you the hint how you can remember the spelling by pronouncing it. halfway, samurai, SAMURAI. If your spelling is incorrect, you can circle your spelling, you can cut the half mark. Be honest to your test. Okay, now I hope that you have corrected this, you have checked this. The next one is, see here no hint I have given, just the question is to eat without chewing. To eat without chewing. That means without using your teeth, without chewing. If you eat something directly, put it into your, I don't know, throat or stomach, if you can say, what this method is called. If you remember the lines of Giant, he was threatening Ishiboshi. In that the answer is hidden somewhere, to eat without chewing. I hope that you have written the answers by now. So let's see what the correct answer is. Correct answer is swallow. Means to just gobble up someone is called swallow. Just without making efforts of teeth, without chewing with the teeth. When sometimes you are very much hungry, you don't use your teeth, you just keep on eating and eating without using teeth, without chewing it properly. Swallow means to, without chewing it properly, swallow means to chew, not to chew at all. Whether it is properly or not, it is not the question in swallowing. Swallowing means directly to gobble up. So if you remember the story, Giant told Ishiboshi that I will swallow you, you tiny little fellow. This is how he was threatening Ishiboshi. Yes or no? Okay. So I hope that 90% of you would have written the correct answer at least, and check the spelling SWALLOW. Many of you make the mistake of writing single L, but it is double L. So here where you make the mistake and your marks get deducted, and then you say, sir, I have written correct answer. But spelling matters a lot. So now I hope that you have corrected it. I hope that you have written all the answers properly and honestly, students, and I hope that you were not just copying the answers, because if you are copying the answers and then you will send it to your follow-up teachers, it is okay, we will just see what you have written, but you are cheating yourself. So I hope that you appeared for this test honestly. You were loyal to yourself, to your studies. As you know, I am not there to look at your test paper, whether you are copying, whether you are not copying, whether you are writing not. Now you are your supervisor. So you have to be very much honest to yourself in case if you want to get the bright future. So I hope that you enjoyed this test also as you enjoyed the previous one, and I hope that after the lecture ends you are going to send the photos to your teachers. So whenever you send your photos, you have to write your full name, you have to write the date, and properly you have to send the photos in the way we can read your answers. Your handwriting should be legible. Secondly, because you know that category wise we are bifurcating students. The one who is having good handwriting, we are keeping their name. One who is having good presentation, we are keeping their name, and then we are displaying on the TV screens. That is also what you know. So if you want your name to be printed on the TV screen, you have to work hard. So you can be better in handwriting, you can be better in your presentation, you can be better in regularity. That means regularly you can watch the lectures. The one who is asking us the doubt, we come to know that they are watching the lecture, only then they will be having the doubt. Correct? So at the end, thanks for watching the lecture, thanks for appearing for the test. Because you appeared for the test, now you know how much you are knowing, how much you still have to learn. So you helped yourself only. Last but not the least, I will suggest you to prepare well for the exam and to write the precise answers, as you have to type from the mobile phones. I know it is new for you, but at the same time I hope that you will score much more better than what I have expected. So with this I end my today's lecture. Thanks once again to all the students for appearing for the test. Take care of yourself, of your family members as well. Goodbye.